everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some more 6th gen video game pickups to share with you guys. I have a decent stack of games here, some PS2, some Gamecube, and one Game Boy Advance game to show you guys in this video, so let's get to it. I'll start out with the Game Boy Advance game that I got, just because I haven't gotten any Game Boy Advance games in quite some time. In fact, I think it might even be maybe 3-4 months since the last Game Boy Advance game I got. Not too certain about that, but it does feel like it's been a while. I went to Buy and Sell Kings, a store that I go to pretty often. I saw this here for $8.99. They also had other ones marked at $9. Don't know why they had a difference in 1 penny on them, but some were priced $8.99, some were $9, but they had, I think, 3 of these. It's Mega Man 02 for the Game Boy Advance, and of course it's just cartridge only. Now, you have to be careful at the store. Sometimes they do have cartridges that are like fakes, that they're like Chinese rip-offs of the actual cartridge. Sometimes they're really just multi-carts that are pretty obvious, but other times they're complete knockoffs of like an exact game. So sometimes I see them at the store there, but mostly they're good about that. But you just gotta be careful with Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. Just make sure to look for the 2 numbers or number and letter that are indented on the label on the right hand side of it there. Just as long as it's there, and as long as you can see a couple of other things on the cartridge as well, then you're guaranteed to have a legitimate cartridge. Now, while I was there, I also saw that in their $2 bin they had this here. It is scratched, but I'll try to see if I can salvage it somewhat. But for $2 it wasn't that big of a deal. It's Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PS2, and it was complete as well. Now, moving on, I went to the thrift store that's just down the street from me. I saw that they had a couple of new PS2 and original Xbox games that were brought in, and of course most of them were just generic titles that I already have, nothing too interesting. But I did see this, and I got this for 2 reasons. One, because it was 100% complete, it had everything with it, and a couple of extra things in there as well. The other reason why I got it is because when EB Games still had PS2 games, this was one of those games that to the very end, they just did not drop the price on it whatsoever. They still had it at $30. I don't know why they still wanted $30 for it, but I saw it at this thrift store just down the street from me for $3.99, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It's Kim Possible, What's the Switch? And yes, it does say Switch there. I'm assuming that either you play the game as multiple characters from the cartoon, and then you switch between them at different points, or maybe Kim Possible and Shigo have had their minds swapped or something. Not too certain what the situation is exactly, but yeah, I'll look into it sometime. And it did have this cardboard sleeve over it as well. I don't know exactly why, but it's there. Next game that I got this at Game Center, and the reason why I grabbed this is because it was a decent price, and it is a black label version of this game. I only had the Player's Choice, I think is what it's called. The game in question is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the Gamecube. It is a Gamecube exclusive, but of course it's just a sort of minorly updated port of a Dreamcast game, and I do have the game on the Dreamcast as well, but I'm not too certain exactly what the difference is other than the Game Boy Advance connectivity to this. There has to be 2-player mode as well in that game. That's what the other difference is. Now, moving on, I got a bunch of other games here. Not too certain the exact situation behind these. I'm going to try to remember here. The first game here, I think I got this. Yeah, I definitely got this from high tech. It's a store downtown I go to not that often, but I've been there a couple times, and they have this promotion where all the games that are on their shelves are buy 2 and you get 3 games for free. Of course, you pay for the 2 most expensive ones, and then you get the 3 cheaper ones for free. I had some games in a previous video that I showed off from a set that I had bought, but this one here is a GameCube game, so I kept it for this video. It's a copy of Geist. Now, I've been trying to get this game for a while, but I swear everywhere that has this, every time that I see it, they want like $30 or more for it. I think, actually, no, the cheapest I had seen for it recently was kind of around $25. But I saw this there. I had grabbed 2 other games that were priced at $19.99, if I remember correctly. So this one here for $15 was free. So I was really happy to grab that there. And it is complete as well. The next 2 games here are both PS2 games, and one is a game that I actually have already, but this is a much nicer copy, much nicer than the one that I have. It's Ribbit King. It's basically a cutesy golf game where instead of golf balls, you smack frogs into hopping in the direction that you want to go. Kind of a weird concept, but it is a pretty interesting golf game at least. And that one was just $3.99, if you can see the price tag there. And oh god, where did I get these from? From the Salvation Army that I usually go to. The other game that I got is the first Time Splitters on the PS2. Also very clean, complete as well. It just had one sticker on the back of it there, and of course the price tag on the front. But I've been getting a lot of the Time Splitters games recently on PS2, Xbox, and Gamecube as well. So just happy to add that one to my collection as well. And the last game that I'm going to show you guys, GameCube game. Not that big of a heavy hitter, but it is still a somewhat more uncommon game to find. Again, in the same series that I just mentioned, another Time Splitters game. You might have seen in a previous video, I did get Time Splitters Future Perfect for the GameCube on a recent trip to Montreal. I found this on, I think it was on Buns or maybe Kijiji. Can't remember, but one of those online sort of forums where you put stuff up for sale or for trade, and then you make deals with people. This person here was getting rid of Time Splitters 2 on the GameCube, and I got it for $7. And yes, it is including the manual as well. Wasn't too certain if it did have the manual in there. I really couldn't remember. It's been a while since I got this. I think actually I got this about a week after I came back from Montreal, and at this point that's almost about a month ago, almost. So it's been quite some time that's been sitting here on my shelf just waiting for this video to sort of happen. But that's the last game that I want to show you guys, Time Splitters 2. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 games there in this video. Some PS2, some GameCube, and 1 Game Boy Advance game to add to the collection as well. As always, if you have anything to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, just leave it in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, just put in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like, and that's it. See ya.